What is going on, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Sorry for the delay in the live stream, but we had some technical difficulties.
Ask them if they can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hopefully they can. Let's watch. I've got the chat pulled up on my phone here.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so we kind of got a little slightly lost running around Orlando. It may have gone to the wrong hotel. May have not gotten to go to the hotel that we wanted to go to, but we're here, for better or worse. It's been a fun day. Is it freezing? Don't freeze. We are on the hotel Wi-Fi. Okay, good. It froze on mine. But we did get to see some cool stuff on the way down. I got to go to this awesome place that he always wants to go to.
My favorite place in the world, Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's is the Disneyland of gas stations. They're all over like Texas, and now they're coming in across the South.
It's massive.
I think I surprised these guys by my excitement, and then when they saw it, they were the same way. Is it the best place you've ever been to, Sean?
Yeah, it was. Well, I wouldn't say best place I've ever been to, but
How
the best gas station I've ever been to.
Have you ever used a bathroom in a gas station that was better?
No. I like
it's like
that
a casino gas station.
I like it better than my house. I wish my house had bathrooms like this.
I wish you did too.
Oh, I don't blame you.
And I may have been taking a nap when we got there. And so I may have gotten inside and looked at Sean and gone, I don't know if I'm really awake yet or not, because this place is kind of unreal.
It's like a dream.
Yeah.
They're like cutting barbecue and making French barbecue sandwiches. I'm not sure what prompts them to yell. Like, every now and then they'd be like, oh!
Oh.
Every time they find a Buc-ee.
Did you spend any money in there?
I did not. I was good.
I was good, and I spent $120 in the gas station.
They almost got me. They've got everything from candles to beard oils to hunting supplies. It's crazy. It's
I got beaver nuggets.
Yeah, beaver nuggets are amazing.
Lots and lots of beaver nuggets.
Yeah, you didn't get one bag of beaver nuggets. I believe it was like more like 10 bags of beaver nuggets, right?
Before I forget, Danikin, Kitty E, thank you for the $5 super chat, brother. He said, "Hope you are blah, 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 blah. It's been a long day. Hope you're already in shenanigans."
Kenny E.
Lots of E's.
E.
It's like 80s. But yeah, definitely some shenanigans. Some interesting things.
Pizza shenanigans.
Yeah, we're waiting on pizza sometime between now and the next few hours. The wait is ridiculously long for a Thursday night. How many places did you call, Ed?
Thursday at 10.
3 places before I could find somebody that was able to deliver within an hour.
Yeah. The first place was like, oh, it's like an hour and 45 minutes. We're like, no, thank you, though. So really wanted to hang out with all the cool folks over there at the event facility, because technically it's not the event yet, but we will get to see them tomorrow. So looking forward to meeting Fishy Biz and Science Gal, and of course John and Lisa, and congrats to them for getting married. That's awesome.
Yep.
Their hotel, the Gaylord, screwed up because now they have an empty room because they refused to give me tonight's rate at convention rate. And I was like, I'll go somewhere else, and they didn't break. I guess I got to give them credit for that.
Yeah, they're very strong.
Yeah, yes. Very strong-willed.
Very powerful.
But they lost.
They did. They could have had awesome people like us. Is that our pizza?
Hello?
So have you ever been swatted up live?
Are you my pizza person? Oh, okay. Do you need me to go down and get it?
Do you want me to run down there?
No.
There's a key over there on the table.
Yeah, there's another one right there.
What's our room?
312.
312.
Okay, 312.
Now that we've told everybody live.
We just told the internet.
They don't know what hotel, though.
Yeah, don't tell them it's the Daniken Inn.
Yeah.
The room number?
So,
Not the.
oh, thank you, Chris Traps. I love the beard. Appreciate it. Feel free to throw out questions. Be happy to do Q&A. And hello, because Beth, good to see you along with everybody else.
You're gonna have to give me
I saw you said you were swinging by real quick to say hello.
I'm so sorry.
It's been a long day.
Yeah,
Been a-
Yes.
it's probably the shortest trip to Florida though I've ever been on.
Whoa, I don't know for sure.
It was for me because I napped a good bit, but I tend to do that. I also didn't sleep the night before.
84 is
But
I think Ed and I talked about board games for about 2 or 3 hours straight.
yeah, and the great thing is when I sleep in the back of the car on these trips is I catch most of that because I'm not fully asleep. I'll just kind of wake up maybe 20, 30 minutes after they've discussed something and give them my input. They're like, what? I'm like, I heard you say that. Corey said he's here for the pizza too. Well, come on down, Corey. You got the room number. You're just going to figure out the hotel now.
Triangulate our position.
Oh, good one. Question from Mrs. Fever says, this is for Sean. What color beard are you going home with?
Gray.
It's an Uber driver delivering the pizza.
Uber Eats or something?
Okay.
Yummy.
Yeah, I am
Much less spit with the Uber drivers.
So I guess we talked a little bit about this on your channel. We did a couple of little brief live streams in the truck on the way down. But for anybody that wasn't there, what are some of the things you're really looking forward to at the event?
Oh, I always look forward to seeing the Fish Tube people that I watch and talk to every now and then online in person.
Right.
And of course, any new products that are being showcased. I don't know. I haven't really heard wind of anything really exciting product-wise to go see, but I always look and kind of just see what's new, look for stuff that might be interesting to viewers on the channel and stuff, and just kind of hang out and just kind of. I think being a YouTuber, which isn't super unique these days,
Right.
but being a YouTuber and having the fish hobby together, it's sort of like this weird niche thing. And this convention, more than most fish events and stuff, is really geared towards people like that.
Absolutely.
People like to share their experience and stuff. And I guess it's just a lot more fun. It's like it's really aged down.
Gotcha.
So younger folks really enjoy it too, and I enjoy meeting them and talking to people.
Absolutely. And my apologies for anybody that doesn't know. This is Sean Peck of Peck Tech. I should have done the intro properly, but this is the laid back from the hotel room while we're waiting on the pizza stream. Yeah, that's definitely one of the big things I'm looking forward to. I've not done. I guess the only even close to big event I've done was a big fish deal last year, which is really, it's a club meeting that's gotten really big versus an actual large size event like this. So I've not gotten to do quite as much of the interacting with other people. There are a lot of people here that I haven't met.
I've done a really wild cross section of
Mhm.
events, and this one's like so unique compared to the other. Well, they each have their own little things. Like you've got the aquatic experience, which is by and large product driven, all the corporate side of fish keeping, presenting their stuff, kind of like a CES or something to that effect. And then you've got, you got the big fish deal, which is very much a club oriented, small club oriented,
Right.
communion with friends, and usually good speakers, really good speakers.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever went to a speaker at the aquatic experience. Not because they don't have them, just because there's you're kind of overwhelmed with all the rest of it there is to see.
Okay.
And then you've got the ACA, more cichlid oriented fish thing, but more about fish. Like I tend to see more fish there, and they have more things oriented around, fish specifically.
Okay.
Still have a little bit of a shopping experience there. I love to shop. I'm addicted to shopping. And then you've got Aquashella, which is like more of a fan thing. Like it's like it was super colorful. You could tell it was made. It's made to stand apart from these other things. It doesn't feel super corporate. I've only been to one, in 2019, but they had like a little thing that you would walk through, all these colorful corals and fake. They made it look like it was undersea, with black lights and stuff, and that kind of like not tactile, but that kind of experience, like a walk through kind of experience and stuff, is something that just they don't bother with at these other places. Like, gotcha. They might have like an event or some kind of thing that they show you, like the aquatic experience especially. They usually have somebody like with some seals, or I think they had alligators when I went one time. But this place has it's just a really weird, colorful experience. It has a lot of that retail too. There's things there to buy.
Okay.
But all the YouTubers, like I've never seen so many YouTubers in one place. Fish-oriented YouTubers, anyway. So
this is a much more immersive experience.
Oh yeah,
this is kind of a show up and look and listen type of thing.
Yeah, this is a lot more of a. I'd say it's more of an event than the other ones are, in that if you have people you like to watch or interact with online, you're going to meet them there. Or if you're just a kid, like a lot of my viewers are pretty young. Like I have a percentage of my viewers are fairly young. And I'm just amazed that they come up to me. It's like, oh, you watch this 50-year-old guy talk about his aquariums every week? What? How? Why?
No, absolutely. I can understand that, especially someone at my size, having had people come up to me, and we've even been in other states, and it was back when it was still very strict mask mandates. And so Ed and I are both standing there with masks, and we both got Fish Room Fever shirts on. A guy comes up and goes, "Hey, I watch Fish Room Fever." I'm like, "Yeah, that's
me.
Yeah, that's me. That's our show, So that's
come back, kid.
That's very cool.
Pizza?
Yeah, might as well bring it.
Pizza. But I do want to say,
tastes like a really good frozen pizza.
A huge thank you, Mike's Aquatics and Things, buddy. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for the $10 super chat. Says I wanted tacos. Well, shame on these guys. They picked pizza. Sorry about that, buddy.
Trust me, we made a mistake.
As always, I appreciate the support. I will say, if you have any questions or anything you want us to definitely see in the chat, if you'll put that at Fish Room Fevers for me, put the at symbol on there, would be very much appreciated, since I don't have the multiple monitors set up and I'm doing chat from my phone. So that big orange bar of highlight will help me to catch those questions and address those. Yeah, so that's what Corey was answering, saying he won't be here this time. That's somebody I'm definitely looking forward to meet. I've not gotten to meet him, but there are a lot of also people here that I've not gotten to meet that I will get to see for the first time.
Corey, his impact on these events is like something amazing to see. I watched a line that was maybe, these people must have been waiting in line for 20, 30 minutes or so, just all the way wrapped around the center. Waiting to see him. It was really impressive, and it's a great thing to, like, if you're doing what we're doing now. There's a goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you need a goal, if you want people to really appreciate what you do online, you could look to him and see what's possible anyway.
Well, and I definitely agree. I feel it's very motivational and inspirational as well. Especially as someone that tries to be value driven. That's kind of always been my thing. It's not, some people it's the shock, some people it's just pure information without maybe the flair, the entertainment to it. But as somebody that tries to be value driven, it really inspires to see where he's gotten to, just somebody that's brought value to the community, and that it's possible if you work hard.
Super consistent, and definitely has valuable information that he imparts a lot. Like he's really active in there, and all that grinding is paid off.
Absolutely.
So what's the vote though on this pizza?
It's typical terrible Southern pizza. There is not a single pizza place in Chattanooga that's any good, and apparently it's the same in Orlando. This is like a frozen pizza, dude. This is a $30 frozen pizza. Plus I tipped her.
So, Kenny E., thank you again, Daniken Aquatics.
What do you think?
Wish
You like
we
this?
could see you again.
I give it like a 6, maybe.
6. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm kind of scared to now.
I'm giving it a 2.
But I appreciate another $5 super chat from Daniken saying, "Where's the beer with the pizza?" Not this time around. Not this time around. There may be some of those shenanigans at some point.
We're going to take your money, buy a better pizza.
We're going to invest in upgrading the pizza before we move on to other accessories.
This is why this pizza was the quickest pizza on the list.
Here we go. So here's a great question from Mike's Aquatics and Things. Says, no, where was it? That is a great question. But there was another question I missed. So I don't forget. R&B Animal Rescues. Are you guys going to try to go live at Aquashella?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't schedule my live streams, so you'll have to hit the bell. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
But I am doing 360. We did an experiment with the 360
It
cam
was fun.
in the car, and I'm going to do that at the show, which should send, if you have ADD, it's just going to blow your mind. But but yeah, I'm going to walk around with the 360 at the show, and I'm going to film some for a video later, but I'm also going to live stream it, which I think will be cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely recommend. Obviously not now because you want to hang out with us, but after this, maybe go check out Sean's channel and look at that 360 video that we did earlier, the live stream. It's really awesome. When you're watching it, you can look around the whole car either by swiping around on your phone or just moving it. And you can kind of check out what's going on and look at traffic. It's a really neat device.
It's short too. Those live stream videos can only. Oh no, those live stream videos are only like 10, 15 minutes long.
Mike's Aquatics thing says, Fisher and Fever, did y'all remember your meet and greet tickets
Usually
for Paul
the
Cafaro?
towel over there is mine.
I haven't sold Paul any tickets to meet me yet, but I'll go ahead and I'll just let him meet me without a ticket.
See, this is why we take Sean, because he's really nice and he gets me my towel.
Absolutely. Rico's dad, thank you for the $5 super chat, buddy. I hope you were doing wonderful. Says, I think there's room for me on the couch too. I'll perch on the arm. There you go.
Rico, I saw somebody, swear to God, look just like you in the lobby. I wanted to grab him and go, Rico, and see what he said, but I had a feeling it probably wasn't.
Definitely.
But when he turned around, he had a red beard. And Sean said, "You're supposed to have a white beard."
Yeah.
Where are you, Santa?
So I will probably do some live as well, but I also very much agree with what John was saying in terms of having a great opportunity to film some B-roll. So I'm very much looking at doing some of that too. So there may be a lot of filming that's not live, but there definitely will be some live stuff going on. I'm sure, as you mentioned, and if you look at the list, there's so many creators here. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on, a lot of live events to check out.
I hope I get a guppy poster.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Or a plant poster.
That is maybe the biggest bib I've ever seen.
And it's already dripped, so it really doesn't make any difference, but...
Now you get to see the behind the scenes of what you normally miss out on.
Choo.
This crust is terrible. I mean, this is terrible.
Make sure I didn't miss anything here.
There's a reason that we're the only ones to answer their phone.
Yeah, clean up aisle 4, absolutely. So I guess, Ed, you've been to Aquashella before, right?
Mm-hmm.
No? Have you not? Just aquatic
experience.
Okay, aquatic experience. All right. Well, either way, you've still got more experience than I do at some of these bigger events. So I guess my question would be for
I've
somebody...
talked to Corey there.
Yeah,
he was really swell.
That does not surprise me.
And there was no line at the aquatic experience. So I got to talk to him several times.
That's awesome. That's the way to do it.
Poor guy.
Yeah, we better not say where the pizza came from. They might get a whole bunch of angry calls from the viewers.
But
I'll be fine with that.
Right.
I brought my Corey Aquarium Co-op red T-shirt that he gave me.
Nice. I've got my co-op black shirt, and then I've, of course, got my co-op hat.
It was 2018 you went then.
Okay.
But
I've still got my red shirt somewhere too.
as someone that's not gone to these events myself, got a couple of experienced people here. Maybe we've got some people that are watching. They're going to be coming that have never gone to one of these. Any suggestions that you would give or things to expect
find someone really interesting and interview them in person, because you don't get that opportunity any other place.
And I forgot something. I have a trick when I go to Comic-Con and Gen Con. I take Post-it labels, return labels, and instead of writing out all that stuff on a piece of paper, I do a sticker to win stuff. This is good for you guys, because there has never been a Comic-Con I didn't go to and I didn't win something. Because they can't read everybody's stuff, but they can always read the return label, and I always get something in the mail. I've gotten the next box.
You mean like entering raffles?
Yeah. Huh. Well, they always have free ones. Now, I noticed at the Aquatic Experience, there's only 2 of those at the whole thing. So I don't know if the fish community really has free things.
I didn't
free
notice.
tries.
I don't usually enter raffles.
Well, they're just free.
Well, like you drop your business card and everything. Okay.
But it's a secret, guys, and also bend it a little so it's not super flat and won't stick to somebody else's, because you bend it a little, curl up the sides, then when they grab it, they'll grab the curled up stuff. I know. Interesting. And I'm being totally nice to let you guys know. I just lowered my odds.
So you do it with Post-it notes?
No, return labels.
Return labels?
Like on a letter.
Oh, okay.
They have like your address and name.
Yeah.
And it has all that stuff you're supposed to fill out, but you just stick it on there.
Okay.
And I keep like a whole thing of them in my back pocket.
Okay.
And I swear that they go through them just looking for what they can read, I think.
Convention life hacks from it.
There you go. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I could see, like, compared to someone scribbling down.
Yeah, because they're going as fast as I can.
It's a printout.
That makes good sense. Appreciate you sharing that secret, Ed.
I'm going to have one more bad piece of pizza, but I'm not eating the crust.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't eat generally in front of the camera, but I am like really hungry. I just had 2 breakfast burritos today.
Well, considering it's gone up to 63 people currently watching and not down in number, I'd say they're okay with it. They're just, happy, and we're very appreciative that y'all worked with us on the scheduling issue with kind of getting lost. Fantastic Freaks, how's it going? Stay fantastic. I appreciate you sending that care package out to me and letting me know about it. I'm looking forward to getting back home after the event and picking that thing up and checking it out. And then is awesome. This guy threw a $5 super chat. Says, evening, gents. Not going to lie, I'm a bit jealous you're heading to Aquashella. Hope someday I can make one. Looking forward to Aquashella videos. Well, we will do our best not to disappoint.
There will be lots.
Yes. That's how we justify these things, right?
Yeah.
we're going to make videos.
It's content.
Yeah, it's content.
I think this is going to be my only Aquashella this year. I'd like to go to the ALA because it's in Miami.
Yeah.
And Keystone Clash, probably. Try to do that one. And then we'll talk it over, see if there's anything you want to go to.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the aquatic experience.
I do too.
I mean, my channel's really product oriented. Like I talk about products a lot more than the things that go in those products. Although I touch on everything, especially plants. But yeah, I enjoy sort of the old school formality of the aquatic experience, but I really fell in love with Aquashella. Oh my gosh. I really fell in love with Aquashella that last year. Even though Ohio Fish Rescue cracked a rib when we became human bouncy balls for the sumo thing.
Yeah.
I also broke my glasses and I didn't even know. LRB picked up my glasses for me and handed them to me when it was over. I was like, oh, they fell off. But it hit me right in the face, and it broke that little nub that kind of keeps it on your nose.
Yeah.
And it put a hole in my nose from the metal part.
Oh, man.
And then my glasses fell, and it broke the.
And you know who you hit? We heard a little more to the story that you may not know.
What?
Amber from Big City Betta, you hit her. And she went flying, but she was holding her Captain American shield, and she caught it on a popcorn machine, and it held her up so she didn't go flying backwards.
Really?
Yeah, but it scratched her Captain America shield.
Oh, no. I guess that over her shield.
But it really made me laugh when she told the story.
That's crazy. I didn't know there was more to the story. Just an
Well,
embarrassing
but
video.
She didn't even know it was you. She said that big rich guy took this other guy out. I didn't even see who it was. He just ran over or flew into me.
Smeared this pansy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And then I laughed so hard because I knew who it was.
So I my strategy with that thing was to kind of get about halfway up and then go low. And he just kind of did not stop. And you can't get low when you can't bend your knees.
Right. I mean,
so I'm just kind of oh no. Wow. He hit me.
Yeah, I do not envy you that. Fantastic Freaks, again, thank you for that. Do appreciate it. I do want to say, though, you mentioned that your channel is mostly product-oriented, but you've got this awesome water change companion series that you started. And
That's true.
Really enjoyed that as someone that has always kind of listened more than watched YouTube, especially from a work perspective. You just have it kind of going in one ear and generally not seeing what's going on the screen. So,
Well,
go ahead.
No, keep going.
I was just saying, it's always been nice when I've found the live streams and presentations like that also paid attention to focusing on the audio only crowd. And so of course that water change companion fits that perfectly with those podcasts, or however you want to phrase that.
I'm about to do session 2, which is going to be a whole new sets of interviews with people that you probably know on YouTube. And it's a little bit more diverse crowd than last time. Not just people that are well known, but maybe a few people that are a little less well known, and a couple of people that people will know. But I'm going to expand out into the fish fan community and start pulling people to talk to that are just interesting. And what I try to do is I do sort of a deep dive into what they're about. I try to ask them intelligent questions instead of just kind of vibing off of whatever, which is fine to do too. But it's just my style for interviews, and I think they'll be good. The audio quality is going to be better this go around than it was the first time around.
Okay.
I've sorted out a lot of problems and issues, and I think I've got a better solution now. So I might actually kind of expand them into podcasts too.
Very nice.
So you can just listen to it or watch it on YouTube with some video also.
Oh, and that's one thing about YouTube and being a creator is anytime you branch out into something new, you're probably going to run into hiccups and bumps along the road. But
oh yeah,
finding those ways to fix it and adjusting the quality and stuff like that, it just gives that extra finished touch that I'm sure we'll enjoy.
I tend to do things in batches too. So the first one I did 5 episodes, and then I started trying to edit it and put it together, and that was a mistake. So now I know that I need to kind of check what's going on as I go. So
absolutely.
Well, you were talking about his products and stuff.
Yeah.
What Sean did, how I discovered Sean was I was looking up how to make your own ornaments because I wanted to make a Lord of the Rings helmet to put in one of my tanks. And he had a hand that he made. And that's how I discovered Sean. But what actually Sean's most influence on me has been his plants. Sean's tanks are amazing and just beautiful gardens. Each one is just incredibly beautiful. And I have been killing plants for 40 years. And with seeing what you do and Corey, also his plants, I got the Flugel 3.0 from the co-op. Mm-hmm. And I was successful with plants.
Yeah.
And now I have 60 tanks filled with plants. I love plants. I mean, they're not beautiful like yours, but I got lots of plants.
Well, not all mine are beautiful either. It's just I trim a lot. The ugly ones are thrown in the garbage.
I haven't seen an ugly tank in his house.
You guys are some of the few people that have actually seen my tanks in person.
Mm-hmm.
Most people only see them in video and stuff, and I think they look better in person.
They do.
Yeah.
Than they do on video. There's something on me, I guess, but
I think that goes to just about everybody. We all know that fish isn't quite as pretty on the camera as it is when we're looking at it. Unless you've got somebody like, Jimmy, who's like a whiz when it comes to photography and videography.
He really is, yeah.
For the standard person, regardless of, I don't want to say average, but even if you've been doing it for years and years, unless you're really up to a cinematography level, I guess maybe, it's just really hard to make stuff show what it really looks like on camera.
Your beard looked better on camera. It's darker than it's really bright here, but mine looks pink on camera.
Yeah,
You colored it with genuine cyanobacteria.
I did. Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, well, we got the red bacteria and the green bacteria. We got red algae and blue algae, cyanobacteria.
Is there white beard algae?
I guess there's.
I'm just giving you a
I'm
hard
what
time.
it looks
'cause I
like
would
after
be
like
too.
peroxide.
Okay.
All right. Gotcha. I'm going to grab a couple of highlighted things from the chat. Chubbs Aquatics was saying we need to detour through New Orleans to get some good food.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
After eating that pizza, even though I still had 3 slices.
R&B would like you to know, Ed says, I'm going to try to go to the Fayetteville Comic-Con this year.
Awesome. Fayetteville. Where's that? Help me. What state is that? South Carolina?
Kentucky, I think.
Kentucky. Okay.
That's not far.
No,
See,
that's
when
not
I
far
lived
at
in
all.
St. Louis, I used to go to the Chicago Comic-Con.
They do one in Nashville too. Or they have before.
That's awesome.
Yeah, cyano beards, absolutely. So we've got, of course, quite a few people that have their own channels in here, and maybe not everybody's been through it or is familiar with it, but some people get kind of, I guess, freaked out or worried because they're seeing a big drop in their numbers. As somebody that's been around for a while, and I know this just from talking to other people and being around a couple of years.
They need to add jokes because they're just being boring.
Yeah, that's it. No. This
Show a little skin.
Yeah.
Maybe eat a pizza.
Eat a pizza.
Eat it.
You know, if you
Dad
can,
jokes.
yeah. If you tell dad jokes while showing a little skin and eating pizza, you're going to get the views. That's really the secret, along with that raffle trick that I told you about. And that's all we've got for you. Have a great night. No, I'm kidding. It's just this time of year. You know, it's a typical thing. I feel like it's going to be even more so this year because people have really been stuck without choice indoors. So now they're like, we're allowed to get out. We are getting out.
Yeah, especially if you started last year where everybody's locked in their house all summer long. Be a much different experience this year. It typically, like, I guess sometime around after February, like around March or so, I'd see the views kind of trickle down. And then sometime after August and September and stuff, they start to kind of go back up slowly.
Absolutely. So I would say don't get disheartened. It's not just you. It's the trend of people getting outdoors and spending less time on YouTube.
If you want a little spike, just put a little thing like a big "I quit" in the thumbnail, and it looks sad, and you'll get a whole bunch of views for people looking to see if like something terrible happened to you.
It's over. I'm
it's over.
done.
Overtime.
Was this live this whole time? Just trying to come up with headlines. I don't know.
Right.
Absolutely. But the thing is, fish stores also see that same impact. You know, we talked with Kenny Aquatic Marine. I know he's not the only one.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they see a decline in sales because people are spending less time focusing on aquariums and adding fish or adding new aquariums, and they're getting outdoors and getting away from the aquariums.
Oh, yeah.
So don't get disheartened. I would just say hang in there and keep doing what you're doing. Try and improve and bring value, and you'll be good.
Keep buying your food from your local pet store. Or fish
absolutely.
store.
Well, I think a lot of people miss is that it's kind of you could throw something out there to be there for a long period of time.
Yeah.
A lot of videos I make to last forever. My most popular videos are ones I made a long time ago. Like I'll occasionally have a video that people are really interested in that's kind of new, but I unboxed a Fluval Flex 15-gallon on Christmas Eve. Like I did a whole setup video on Christmas Eve, 2017, 2016 is still in my top 5 consistently every week forever. I mean, it's just that one video. Most people that know me, they know me because of a Fluval Flex video I made. one Christmas Eve years ago. So,
and we talked some about that earlier, just on the car ride, the simple saltwater series that we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I have no expectations of that doing any phenomenal numbers anytime soon. Of course, I still need to get good thumbnails and all the proper things, but even with all the proper things done, those were done for the long haul. That's something that I put in there, and I figure, 5-6 years from now, that full series breaking down every single aspect of the saltwater part of the hobby for people that have no clue about it, that's a good library of videos that someday will bring some return.
some basic, concise knowledge. People like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like if you put up, case in point, the first video was literally just talking about tank size. It was an hour-long live stream about tank size do's and don'ts for saltwater. That is not a, what's the word I'm looking for here? A viral video, but it's a good base for that library. Like you
and next time, do it naked.
Yeah, I mean, usually it's just from the waist down because you don't see that part. But.
I shot a whole video a couple of weeks ago in my underwear.
Just the things you didn't know.
Just to do it, just for fun.
Fayetteville, North Carolina is where that event is, Ed.
Oh, I said South Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina.
So I was pretty good.
Yeah, I was off. Sorry, Fayetteville people.
All right.
Well, there might be other Fayettevilles. It'd be cool to meet him. He's cool. He likes Batman.
I do want to say a huge thank you. We've got 74 people hanging out with us right now, 11:38 p.m. Eastern time. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit that like button. If you're not enjoying it, hit the dislike button. Let us know. Give me something to gauge it off of. But, of course, we've got Chattanooga Ed, if you're not familiar, my buddy, my pal, and co-host, and Sean Peck from Peck Tech, who you probably already know. But if you don't, I encourage you to check him out as well. I know the links are being dropped in the chat, and I do appreciate you moderators for doing that. I believe I've caught all of the highlighted questions. If you have anything you'd like to throw out there to ask us, feel free to do so. We're not going to be on here all night, but we're happy to take questions. We've been stuck in the car kind of bouncing back and forth off of each other all day, so it's nice to get some dialogue with other people. Right?
Wasn't somebody asleep the whole time?
Phrasing.
Yeah, phrasing. Oh, watch your wording there.
Yeah, we had a good chat. We talked about just about everything.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about sleeping in the car is people think that you don't know what's going on, but I do.
We only planned what to do with your body a couple of times.
Yeah, just a couple of times.
Only when we hear you snoring, then we talk about, you got the line, you got the shovel.
So I thought you were going to say, you got the lime, I got the coconut.
Mix it all up.
That's where you got me, yep. John Cox says, how's Ed's back with the long drive?
It's not too bad. It's my legs that are killing me. Yesterday, I had to walk 3 miles to my car. I put it in the shop. The day before that, my dad had a stroke, and that was super scary. Luckily, I was right next to him. We got him to the hospital. They put him on a helicopter, and it was awesome. He's talking and everything. He didn't want me to miss this, so he said, go. So I did, but I had no way to get to my car, so I had to walk 3 miles. It rained half the time, but I got there, and so my feet were sore from that, and then plus everything else. It's like all this.
A lot of stress.
Legs are killing me. Oh, thank you.
We're glad to have you here, buddy. And of course, we're glad your dad's okay. He's an awesome dude.
He is. My dad is a great guy. He's who got me into fish. He originally, he had guppies and corridors in the 70s.
When he was a kid?
Well, no, when I was a kid.
Really?
When I was a little kid. Yeah, and he would go to all these different pet stores or fish stores in Kansas and Missouri, and then he would sometimes let me have store credit, and I got a Creature from a Black Lagoon plastic thing. I wish I still had that. I don't know what happened to it. It was my favorite fish ornament of all time. But he had a whole mess of them in the basement. My mom would get mad because he would step on a Cory that jumped out of the tank. We never had lids or lights or anything. But he every so often he'd track a Cory upstairs on the carpet.
Oh.
And it was like, oh, man.
Oh, goodness.
They're kind of spiny. How would you just say?
I don't know. But, but then when my brother showed up, he had kidney disease, and my dad kind of gave it up because my mom was at the hospital with my brother for years, or well, like 2 years, and he had to kind of take my sister and I.
Right.
And that's when he got out of the
It's too much to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we still kept a couple tanks, and we like made a goldfish pond, and we'd sell goldfish. It was fun. We still had fun. My dad was always into fish.
Was he selling them to like the local stores or just other enthusiasts? Or
no, just stores. You know, and he probably got mostly just credit for food to keep doing more and more. But like when we went to the aquatic experience, I brought him to that, and I had to fight with him not to buy the jellyfish tank.
Oh yeah,
remember that circle jellyfish tank? He was wanting that, and I'm like, Dad, those jellyfish, we don't know if they're going to live 2 months, you know, and let's get a different type of tank. He's like, I really like the jellyfish.
I was that Jellyfish Arts. I think it was. I did an interview with those people.
They're from like South Carolina, I think.
And I was fascinated too. But jellyfish to me are just kind of like intelligent snot.
Yeah.
Like if snot had a brain, that's what a jellyfish is.
And how long is this not going to live?
I don't think they live very long.
3 years I think was the tops, but
3 years.
Yeah, and they're caught in the wild though, and they're full adults. So who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
yeah. Does anybody out there have a jellyfish tank? Teach us.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd be curious to know what the lifespan is really on the ones you would be able to get. Now, I think they mail order too, but how would you mail a jellyfish?
I don't know, but I've got like a membership to the Tennessee Aquarium. It's a beautiful aquarium.
Go
and
look at them there.
Yeah, and I got a free pass for one friend, and so I bring my dad every so often. Yeah, he doesn't even spend any time looking at the jellyfish. He looks at the octopus that's right there, or something.
Well, it's that idea of having them in your house.
I guess
having them on your desk to look at.
They've got those fake ones. I had to get him one for Christmas. One of those fake rubber ones.
So a screensaver. It's interesting the way those tanks work. Have you seen them, James?
Not in person.
So they spin the water around because the jellyfish can't really, if they like rub against the glass and stuff, it messes them up.
Right.
So it creates a current, and sort of circular current around the periphery of the tank.
Oh, okay.
So it's got a current on the outside that keeps them suspended in the middle, kind of like magnets with reverse poles and stuff. Would keep something in the center. It kind of keeps them kind of floating around in the middle of the tank. It's kind of fascinating the way it works.
That's awesome.
And the whole thing is done in plexiglass, but they have like black pieces over it. So they have lights through it that go all around the corners and everything, and so it like glows different colors, and the corners all glow. It is pretty neat. I gotta admit.
Yeah, that pipes a bunch of LEDs in it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Danny asking how it feels to be blue dabba-dee-dabba-da. I'm happy to have the blue beard. It is something I've wanted to do for the better part of a decade. Work always forbid it, being in management and upper training levels and those types of things. I could not have dyed hair. Last year for the big fish deal, I actually dyed it blue, but because I was still working, I couldn't do a full-on blue like this. I had to do the washout that I could, rinse out before I went back to work after a couple days. So I'm very happy to actually finally get to do this. And I do want to say a huge thank you to everybody. I just celebrated the 1-year anniversary of me leaving my retail job at the beginning of this month. It was June 6th of last year when I decided, you know what, we're going to give this YouTube thing a go. There have been some things that happened along the way over the winter time, but we're kicking it back in high gear, and I do appreciate the support from all of you all. So thank you very, 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 very much for that.
Salute.
No, thank you.
If I had a pop, I would salute you too.
Well, don't pop me, and we'll be okay.
I'm going to get some pop after this is over.
Absolutely. Lots of thoughts and prayers from Lunatic Fringe and John Cox and several others for your dad, of course.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, and he's in again. They made him stay over again.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they keep making him wait forever for an MRI. It's 2 days in the hospital to wait on an MRI seems.
You think you get like a coupon?
Yeah. And my mom's staying with him, so they're both together. So that's nice, I guess. Oh my gosh, we all had to wait in the emergency room for my dad, and we're all worried. And so we're all sitting there, the whole family. So it's like my sister's five of her kids were there. She was there. Her husband hadn't come in yet because he had parked their car, but I was there. And this wife and husband come into the emergency room.
Here it comes.
And the wife goes to the thing and starts filling out paper, and the husband sits in front of us, and we all go, he had a fish hook, like one that you would catch big catfish with. You know, you would, I whistled, catfish with, and you put like a chicken liver on there. It was like huge, stuck in his eye. It was in his eye. And his eyeball was like swelling up, and he couldn't shut it. And it was like this. And as she's filling it, she's talking to the nurse, and she says, yeah, there's a fish hook. Oh, I don't know what she said, actually. We were just all, and then the nurse like looks at him and then runs and they grab him. But I understand the guy being in shock, but the wife, she's like, oh, just an eye. It was horrific, but it got all of our minds off of my dad for about 3 minutes.
You only got 2 of those.
Oh my gosh, it was horrific. I don't like waiting in emergency rooms. That's some bad stuff.
So
True.
Woo!
yeah, we touched on this a little bit, but Casual Aquatic says, is this your first event, or how many have y'all attended? Some of the least, I'll go first. Mine will be over quickly. The biggest thing I've really attended was Big Fish Deal last year, because that was kind of the only thing that happened last year. Other than that, it's been just club meetings that I've gone to. This is my first real major aquatic show. So that's me.
Yep. Well, for giant events, aquatic experience, and this will be my second giant thing. I've been to lots of fish things. I was in the St. Louis Club for years. So, yeah. And so, I don't know, but lots of small stuff. But I mean, I used to spend all my money on conventions, like I say, at comic book conventions and Gen Con. Gen Con is like the world's biggest gaming convention. It's in Indianapolis every year, and it is amazing.
Board games.
Yes. Well, they have some videos too. Video games.
Yeah, but it's not. When you say gaming these days, all the kids think you mean video games.
Okay. Well,
And there's,
like
there's by far a lot of more board games than anything else.
yeah.
The boss has spoken.
Well, how many Gen Cons have you been to?
1.
I've been to like 10.
10.
Yeah. They had like when that dance off craze hit, they had like 2 ballrooms filled with, and they just danced 24/7. People were dancing. They
Oh, my
had
goodness.
big screen TVs up all around. Tom Cruise was there one year selling some disc game he was in.
You get a free membership into Scientology with every disc.
I didn't even go over to look at him.
That makes it worth it.
And then, I don't know. Is it Albion? There's some online game you used to get like a lot more, but as the years went on, I think there's some big game convention that was going in New York, and they kind of shifted a lot of the video games.
They had like the PAX convention that came out, and then they started doing PAX Unplugged, which was the board game version of it. But I tend to be pretty myopic and stuff in my views. So I probably just went and only saw board games because that's what I sought out. Now, fish conventions, this will be probably my 9th one. I think I've done like 3 aquatic experiences and Aquashella last year, and then several big fish deals, at least 3 big fish deals and stuff. Then the ACA I've been to, and I went to a smaller one, another smaller one too. I can't remember. It was really early on. Most
You
of
went
them,
to a catfish cattle or something?
oh yeah, I went. Well, CatCon.
Okay, it was in Washington D.C. I think.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing as the big fish deal. Not the same, but it's like it's all the same people. It's all the same club members and stuff. It's just kind of a different. They do something really interesting too. They have a big fish swap inside their hotel rooms.
Oh wow!
So you go down the hotel like one of those hall party kind of things.
Yeah.
But it's all people selling fish to each other.
That's awesome.
It's a completely bizarre and cool. It's a really neat thing. I don't know if they do that one. They only do that one every other year. I haven't heard about it lately though.
So I missed it earlier in the chat, but Holly Peck has spoken. She said orange is the only acceptable color for your beard to return home.
Oh, wow.
No.
How about orange and blue? Those money. That'd be cool. Rainbow it up.
Gina French, as always, thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate you. She did a $10 super sticker with that cute little fox hugging the little red heart there. Always, always appreciate you. Can't thank you enough for everything that you've done to support the channel, Gina, and I hope you are doing well. Fine. Hey, T-Bones Fishies. I saw Science Gal in here. Looking forward to meeting you, Science Gal.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Super cool.
So many cool people I've not gotten to meet, but it's weird. So, you watch people. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. And you feel like you know people because, you talk to some of these people quite a bit. And it's like, I've never actually met this person, Spent a lot of time in conversations, but never actually met so-and-so.
Yeah, there's so many people that I've talked to so much, like online or, even after we do a show, sometimes we'll sit and talk for an hour or two. And, John from KG, we've always been guilty of talking to him for, seems like hours afterwards. So
sometimes during.
Yeah.
I think it's a little over 6 hours with him and Bob that we sat there live talking, not including the after talking. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because people come up to you and they feel like they know you really well, and you've never seen them before in your life.
Yeah.
And maybe you've interacted in the comments and stuff, but that little tiny picture, like I can't see anyone's icon, like whatever their avatar is on there, the little circle with their picture.
Yeah.
I can't even if they have a picture in there of themselves, I can't see it. So I don't know who these people are. And then sometimes they'll say, "Oh, I'm such and such," and a lot of times, like people that have been with the channel for a long time, I might remember them, but I get a couple of thousand comments every couple of weeks, so it's hard to keep up.
So he's a big timer.
Holly would like to know, how many games did Sean get you to play on the way down? I didn't do any games on the way down.
No, they're still in my suitcase over there. They just got here though.
Yeah,
and the night is Sean.
Absolutely.
But when he came to my house, he said no to some of my games. He was very precise and he knew what he wanted.
They were too big.
They were too big, he said.
We don't have room to take those, Ed. Lunatic Fringe asked me to let you know, Ed, that he got you a deal with Aquaballs on some guppies.
Oh, awesome. George is the coolest.
Hi, Punchy Paints. How are you?
And Chewy also wants to do a show during the week sometime, and we'll talk about that later.
Absolutely.
But sorry, I've been just so crazy busy. Last week I was in St. Louis because my buddy's mom died, and then this week with my dad, it's just been thing after thing. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
I have so much duckweed in my tanks right now.
I've gotten rid of most of mine, thankfully.
Lucky.
So
I normally get rid of my duckweed when I watch Dan's fish.
Why do they call it duckweed?
Because it gets stuck to ducks, and then ducks land on a different lake, and it spreads that way.
Really?
I don't know.
I mean, that makes perfect sense.
That's my guess.
I was like, either that or they smoke it. Do ducks smoke it or sell it on the black market?
I think it's designed to go from place to place on the bellies of ducks.
That would make perfect sense.
If not, we need to make that happen. Let's go get some ducks.
That's a good strategy.
It's always assumed. That's what I've assumed. I don't know. I shouldn't say it. That's, yeah.
Well, all I know is at the end of the world, there'll be cockroaches and duckweed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? They said actually a lot of cockroaches will die because they need hot heat. So, like the northern cities, once the heat's turned off, they'll die off.
Oh.
Yeah. I watched this really cool video or show, what will happen after people are gone. And they went like day 1, month 2. It goes all the way down.
I don't think they'll
And-
be like a day one.
Well, it was just like if people just vanished.
Oh, okay.
And they said the one thing that's going to last the longest is Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Hoover Dam will last a really long time, but Mount Rushmore will be there for whatever a bajillion years later.
That's because in ancient civilizations, all we have left of them was whatever they carved in stone. Like the pyramids or the Sphinx or any of those monolithic monuments and stuff. Machu Picchu and all that stuff. The only reason we know about it is they did it in stone. So, yeah.
So Whips World says, there's the question. How many big and small alike fish tubers do you think are down there?
Well, how heavy do you have to be big?
I think I will set the bar at me starting the big, so we're all in there. No. What a good.
We probably
At
are the
least
best offensive line right here.
I would say about 20 that I know of.
Yeah, I'd say at least.
Because if you look at just the main lineup of featured people and speakers, you've got a dozen right there essentially.
Well, and aside from coral fish 12G, is that right? Am I saying that right? Aside from him, I don't know any saltwater people. So some of them might be super huge, and some might not be.
I heard Ben Ochart's supposed to be down here too.
He did mention something.
Yeah, so we'll finally get to meet our new Tennessee brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot
another
about
Mafia
that.
member?
Yep,
Yeah.
we'll have to give him a sticker and say, you're suckered in now, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, you're stuck.
You took the sticker.
I'd say at least 10 or 15 channels that are over that 60,000 mark or whatever, and then a whole bunch of others.
Like us.
Yeah, well, us guys come and crash the
I don't
party
even
with
think we
our,
count.
with our colored beards and our stickers.
Ooh, Sean has a special thing that he has this year. We're not going to. Have you already said what you got to give away?
Oh, it's just
We're not going to say. You find Sean and ask him for his special thing.
If you wink when you say it, you get 2.
Oh.
I made a picture with my clones, and that's
Super awesome.
that's for my little picture I'm giving away.
Did you bring a Sharpie to sign him?
I need to get one.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Mine were dry.
Oh. Okay, well, I don't feel.
Can't show up without a wet Sharpie.
Absolutely. I would definitely encourage people, at least for myself, because I can't speak for everybody, but I will say I've heard the majority of people that make content on FishTube on YouTube say this. If you see somebody that you enjoy watching their videos, don't hesitate to go up and talk to them. Of course, if they're in a conversation, be polite, don't just barge in, but don't hesitate to say hi to people.
Yeah.
It's amazing how, regardless of channel size, people will still sometimes be hesitant to come up and say hello. Quote unquote fans, if you will. We're all fish nerds, and we love to talk to fish nerds. That's what this is about. That's why we're here. That's why we're sitting on a couch at midnight in a hotel room talking to you all, because you're fish nerds and we're fish nerds and we love it.
I think we've all been on that side of it too. I mean,
oh yeah,
the first time I met several people that I've watched for years and years, it's always kind of this weird, awkward thing. It was like, wow, you're in real life now.
Yeah.
I can actually touch you. I can smell the aroma of tacos coming from you. So,
oh yeah.
Soft tacos.
All right. Well, I think we've got all the questions. If you've got any last minute ones, feel free to throw those in there. Otherwise, I'm sure we'd all like to do a little bit of unwinding, maybe some game playing. I would like to get a hold of some of that pizza.
There's not much left.
I'm not looking forward to it, but it's something.
Terrible pizza.
it's so good. It's so bad I ate half of it.
Yeah. But I didn't eat the crust. I don't know if I've ever not ate the crust. It's that bad. I gave it a 2 earlier. I'm going to give it a 1.
Ooh.
Sorry, New York
Oh,
Pizza
man.
Kitchen. In Kissimmee.
Yeah, well.
So you could have gotten a good review if you'd just gotten us good pizza.
Yeah, you get one slice. One slice review.
Ouch.
The
All right.
Uber driver was nice.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
Mhm.
That's a plus. On that note, I don't see anything new popping up in terms of questions. I do really, really appreciate you all. The fact that 70 people are hanging out at midnight Eastern time with a couple guys that are sitting on a hotel room couch, not showing the skin that we talked about earlier.
It's kind of blue that you can
Yeah.
imagine there's fish back there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can make shadows.
Just draw some little fish on the walls. I'm sure the hotel won't mind. But I do really appreciate you all. Be sure to check out, of course, Chattanooga Ed, Peck Tech. If you're here and you haven't already, do me a favor and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. I'm trying to bump some numbers up and hit some goals. The support from you all, the members, the moderators, the super chatters and contributors. Of course, I love you guys, lurkers and listeners. I know sometimes you all will message me and say, sorry, I'm not active. Don't ever feel the need to do that. The fact that you all hang out, even though you don't talk in the chat, still means the world to me. So thank you for that.
Tom Patterson.
Yeah, Tom Patterson. Because Beth, so many other people, and of course the replay crew, people like Tampa Tom that always catch the replays.
And we're so close to Tampa Tom. I hope we see him this week.
But gentlemen, you guys, my buddies, thank you for being my pals, and thank you for coming on the show tonight, of course. So we're going to get out of here. You already know what's next. Till next time, keep your fish healthy. Keep yourselves healthy. Don't be afraid to catch yourself a little fish room fever.